How's everyone doing today?
Yes.
Perfect. All right, I'm Adeola, the founder and CEO of Kredete. We have a platform for African immigrants to build credit via international money transfers. We also have a B2B global payment solutions for emerging markets, and also for global businesses looking to get into the African ecosystem. All right, so we have a platform, like I mentioned earlier on, fast, low cost, secure for global businesses. I'm going to give you an example. If you have a global company here in the US and you hire African talents globally, if you deal with expatriates within the African ecosystem, you have a problem with getting payments to them, which means the local SWIFT network will charge you at least 30% on the FX cost. And on average, it's going to take you about 3 days to get the payments across to them. And when they do receive the payments, they also have a double charge, roughly about 15%. So that really gets them to about 45% in fees. But with the invention of blockchain technology and stablecoins, we've been able to build a software infrastructure for global businesses to get into the African ecosystem and make local payments at low cost. So that is what I'm talking about as a free transfer ecosystem, fast, low cost, and also secure global payments. We've been able to get into the African ecosystem as large. We live in 20 African countries today, where we can make local payment disbursements. Be it Nigeria, one of our biggest markets, which we've done over $50 million within the past 8 months. And we're live in over other 20 African countries where we're growing and scaling the operations rapidly. Africa has a local market where the mobile phone, it's more than just a technology, it's life itself. I'm gonna give you an example. $33 billion in transfer volume within the past 4 months has gotten into just 4 countries in Africa: Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, and Rwanda. And guess how many countries there are in Africa? Over 54 African countries globally. So this is a huge opportunity. So we're looking at about 1.4 billion Africans, 67 million businesses in Africa, and we're talking about over $3 trillion in payment volume coming into the continent at large. That's why we create extreme value within the Kredete API system. One thing that does for you is when you're making local payments in the African ecosystem, you safeguard against volatility. The African ecosystem country value currency has the largest devaluation risk globally. So once we have the ability to move your money locally in global currency, we can move it to any African country of your choice. There are 2 main ways we can help you solve for this. If you have an African customer and you want to receive payments within the African system, we can help you receive payments in Singapore dollars, US dollars, UK British pounds, euros, and multiple 20 global currencies at large in instant proposition. So what that means is you can collect payments as fast as possible, and you can also disperse payments as extremely fast as possible. All you have to do is integrate with our paying channels. You choose the available methods, be it wire transfers, payment links. We have certain wallet addresses for global crypto businesses globally. And most importantly, you can just have a single payment link and you can collect payments from any African currencies globally. Like I mentioned, there are over 54 African countries and there are 54 different currencies globally. You can also send money with ease. So like I mentioned early on, with our API networks, you have access to over 20 African countries instantly in less than 5 seconds. So we're beating SWIFT network by over 10,000 seconds on average. So be it cost, speed, and security, this is where Kredete makes a huge statement within the ecosystem at large. So when we started building our technology, we thought about the advancement of global businesses that move money across borders. And that's where Kredete really plays a pivotal role. You can also manage your collections, disbursement, payouts, API kits all in one convenient platform. So which means we have transparency, trust, security as one of our top priority in our business overall. I know I talked about the business, and I'm going to talk about the killer team building this. Myself sold 2 businesses. One was a B2B employee engagement platform that helped C-suite levels to communicate with account executives and at global scale. My CTO, who is right here, also sold its health tech company to the African ecosystem. So we are deep rooted into the system. Our CPO worked at one of the most valued companies in Africa, over $3 billion. And our CTO as well worked at Uber. So we have all the necessary experience to really build this technology at large for global businesses overall. And we are also advised by the best folks within the industry. We have Thomas. He spent over 20 years building the Bank of Jamaica, so he has the ability to really help us scale our product at large. We've been in the business for the past 18 months, and I'll tell you so far, we've seen tremendous progress. Over $5.4 million in annual recurring revenue, yes. Within the past 18 months, $5.4 million in annual recurring revenue. We've processed over $100 million to the African ecosystem. On a monthly basis, we have about 12 million monthly API calls, onboarded about 30 businesses, we have over 50 businesses on our wait list. We've had over 300,000 users acquired all organically, and I would say we just closed our seed round last month. And I was at the DNA house in Nashville, and I ended it with the best time to invest in credit was yesterday, and the next best time is today. But I have a different CTA for you today, because I see different businesses in the house. The next best time to sign a contract with credit was yesterday, and the next best time is today. All you have is 3 simple steps. You can meet me right at the back. You can sign a contract. We can walk through compliance, and we can provide you API keys to fly as high as possible. Thank you very much.